It's Spoilerin time, folks. This is when we take all that hard work we do on our other show, Cordkillers, and we just crunch it up and cook it and eat it and watch TV shows. It's a horrible metaphor, but it's what we do. We're going to talk about Dirk Gently's Holistic Detective Agency, episode 106, The Good Place, episode 306. I'm Tom Merritt, and you, my friend, are Brian Brushwood.
Yes, I am, but I'm afraid I'm too distracted to answer you because I'm checking out the standings in the Winter Movie Draft.
First place. How you feeling, Brian? You're still in first place.
Yeah, I'm feeling better than I thought I would. Bohemian Rhapsody didn't take a giant dump. It's at $51 million as we're looking at it Monday afternoon.
That's decent. I mean, it's not $34 decent, which is what you paid for, but it's good.
Right, but then again, I have to me, the real rock star is A Star Is Born, which continues to like they're still showing it across the street from us at the Sky Cinemas. Slow
and Steady wins the race, and it's got Oscar buzz, so it's just going to keep going through December, I think.
I think A Star Is Born is going to end up outperforming Venom. Venom is creeping up on 200 million. A Star Is Born is at 165. So like that's the annuity. So if Slow and Steady does win the race, then I'm not going to say I have a chance to win the whole thing, but I'm going to say that I'm going to do much better than I feared, especially knowing
I wouldn't be surprised if A Star Is Born gives you a bump at Christmas.
Yeah.
Where a bunch of people decide, oh, I've got the day off. You know, I've been meaning to see A Star Is Born.
Man, and if I'm really crossing my fingers, maybe Bohemian Rhapsody is a... You know, if at the end of the day, whether or not it's an overly deep or painful or even accurate biopic, you do get to listen to a lot of Rockin' Queen tunes, and maybe that's a feel-good thing to do.
I think that one has a better chance of fizzling out, but you never know.
Yeah.
The Nutcracker and the Four Realms, $20 million for Team Cordkillers. That's Christy Malango.
Yeah, that's not a $28 game performance.
And Team DTNS still mired in third place, Brian, but that's going to change this week when I get the entire weekend. Dr. Seuss's The Grinch with Benedict Cumberbatch, The Girl in the Spider's Web with Spiders, and Overlord with Lords. Those are all coming out this weekend.
This is half of your entire budget being played out in one weekend. How do you feel about your chances, sir?
Well, when I saw The Grinch, I thought, my chances aren't that good. It's very much for kids. But the buzz has been very positive. And I have to keep reminding myself that, hey, kids' movies do real well. And there's not another kids' movie till Ralph Breaks the Internet, November 21st. And it's a holiday movie, The Grinch is. So I'm cautiously optimistic about it again.
And on top of that, I would say that as a brand, The Grinch is a more powerful brand than Ralph.
Yeah. And it's got an all-star cast, you know.
And it'll run. The Grinch has got to run through the new year.
All the way through Christmas and all that, I did notice that, I think I mentioned this before, it's produced by Scott Mosier, who I've enjoyed on Smodcast for coming up on a decade now. So he did a Turkey Run.
Chicken Run?
No, not Chicken Run. Turkey Day. The one about the turkeys that don't want to get killed for Thanksgiving.
Turkey in the Straw.
Yes.
Don't kill my turkey.
Turkeys.
Not without my turkey. With Liam Turkey.
Sure, that
Schindler's Turkey.
Freebirds?
Freebirds. That's what it was. Yeah.
Freebirds.
Like I said, Turkeys, the movie. Pretty much nailed that one.
2 other movies are out called Turkey Day, though. That's funny.
Girl in the Spider's Web also ought to bring me in a little change this weekend, but I don't think I'll have any legs.
Yeah.
I didn't even mean that one.
All right.
I didn't. I really didn't mean that one. As it was coming out of my mouth, I'm like, oh, because spiders.
Question. Do you even know what Overlord is about?
No.
It's a World War II thing by J.J. Abrams, and people think it's a Cloverfield movie.
Okay, right on. Well, good luck, Tom. Although the good news is
if it is, they're actually releasing it.
The good news is I'm more than halfway through my roster, and I'm creeping up on 300 million. You're at 200 million, and have this insane weekend ahead of you. So, I think you've got a good chance.
Yeah, and after this weekend, I still have Welcome to Marwen. So, my season isn't done.
Of course it's not, Tom. Of course it's not.
Thank you. You're a good dad. All right, let's move on. to talking about The Good Place, which as we know, Megan Maroney, a big fan. We had her on to talk about The Good Place. I didn't know Veronica Belmont, also a big fan. When she was in town for PatreCon, she was super excited to watch this episode. I enjoyed watching an episode with a friend. I don't want to say I didn't like the episode, but I'm still waiting for something cooler to happen, I think.
Tom, I think the phrase you're looking for is, this is the least best episode of The Good Place we've had in the entire run of the show.
Oh my God.
That is very well phrased.
What? This is crazy to me because I was cool on last week's episode, and this week turned it around for me.
Maybe.
Okay. Why?
Because Tahani and Eleanor's, their relationships had more weight than Jason's did for me.
Yeah.
And Chidi kind of hasn't had that yet. His has been very like personal conflict. So Tahani kind of getting her full arc with her sister, and Eleanor getting a really full arc with her mother, really felt like at least we're doing something with these stories, even though they're not the philosophical thing, whatever, because you don't get many more of these types of episodes left. You can't keep doing the mother thing. You can't keep doing the Tahani and her sister thing.
Oh yeah, I was about to say like her mother was only in a brief cameo on this one. It was all Tahani and her sister.
No, Eleanor's mother.
Oh, sorry. You said Tahani. Yeah, got it.
Sorry,
it.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. I wonder if it's a case where you were turned off last week by the simplistic nature of the father-son dynamic, but intrigued this week by the more nuanced, complicated nature of mother-daughter stuff. Because I know that last week I loved last week, and this week I just didn't.
Last week was funny. I didn't love it as much as you, Brian, but I Donkey Doug. I mean,
it was so absurdist, and so insane, and so.
I can't disagree with anything you said, Bryce, but it's also the reason I didn't like it as much.
Well, and for me, I really loved the comedy way more on this week's episode. I mean, Tahani and her and Camilla, like Camilla constantly getting the credit for everything Tahani was doing, from throwing the egg. Oh, the egg on an egg.
Yeah,
there were some good beats. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Plus the Eleanor mother and Eleanor and her mother arc played like it kind of pulled the wool over my eyes twice, right? It was like, oh no, she actually is a good person, and then oh no, she actually is not the good person. Eleanor was right all along. Oh no, well she's just like accidentally made a college savings fund.
And I was a little disappointed that it went where I thought it was going to go.
Oh really?
Yeah.
My favorite part of this week's episode is the casual way in which, self-referentially, Ted Danson says, "As your surrogate father figure, I feel like, like just calling out plot elements and character development arcs and so on."
I did love that he was like really excited about being an architect.
Yeah, and a real architect.
This is really fun.
Him giving Andy Daly the plans, and there are no bathrooms.
Yeah, because it wouldn't occur to him. No, I liked the outline of what was there, but in general, it just, you get to that moment, you realize like, oh wait, this is one of those Monster of the Week episodes of X-Files. And then, knowing that it was in a bottle, you sort of shortcut and be like, we're never going to see her mom again. And
so crazy. That's why I didn't like last week's, but this week and last week were no different in that regard.
I mean, exactly. Which is why I'm trying to figure out like the only difference is the nature of the relationships. And I guess it was a Coke and Pepsi thing. They were both colas. They're both episodes in a bottle, but I guess
I would also say we've spent more time with Eleanor, and so I think that maybe I feel more of an emotional connection to her than to Jason.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, no, man. So going back to last week, because I had to rewatch it to get Bonnie caught up, and I was like, I'm pretty sure the direction they were given is that both of them were told to play the exact same character. Like, you're playing Jason, you're also playing Jason, only your name is Donkey Doug. And it was, I enjoyed that very, very much. It was really fun.
Well, and I really admired your choice of words earlier, Brian, because it was the least best episode. Because I thoroughly enjoyed watching it. I didn't regret watching it. I didn't go, oh, this is a half hour of wasted time. But you're right. It's a little bit monster of the week, or as close as you get in The Good Place. I actually had the same experience with Doctor Who. I won't get spoilery about Doctor Who, but this week's episode of Doctor Who is the kind of episode that you watch, enjoy, and then throw away. You know, you don't remember it. It doesn't really contribute to anything else. I think I wouldn't be quite as harsh with The Good Place, because The Good Place obviously is leaving you some clues that are going to pay off in future episodes, even in this one. But it was the least focused on that aspect of things.
Yeah. Yeah. Having said that, still one of my favorite things on television, full stop. I will never miss an episode as long as I can.
What was there? There was a bit after, there was like an after credits moment, and I don't remember what it was.
Oh, the setting up the next week.
Right. They were in the car and they were going to I don't remember now.
I remember watching it and thinking, oh, I'm really glad I remembered not to stop it before the credits were over so I could see this bit.
What the next thing is. Yeah, but I definitely don't remember what it is at all. And at least I remembered with the Eleanor one, that's like, oh, Eleanor's got her
mom. Her mom. That looks like trouble. I'm actually going to scrub this and see if I can find it.
Maybe I think Michael gave her more bad news. Was that it? That like there was...
Here, I'm gonna find it out. Here, you guys come up with one more insightful thought.
So I wonder what we do now, because we've done the character beats. Unless Chidi is gonna get another one to kind of figure his whole situation out, but I don't. We need to start doing.
Yeah,
world stuff.
My fear is that next week is a Chidi episode. Mm-hmm. Because we really haven't gotten that yet.
Right.
My hope is that the one more bad thing that Brian's about to tell us about is going to lead to something unexpected and cool. I don't expect to go back to the judge yet or anything like that. But I liked the twist of we're not even doing the study anymore, and they're going to be good to people on purpose, even though that doesn't matter. So.
The big drop was in one of the reboots. You and Chidi fell in love, and he told you that he loved you back, and so now all of a sudden, just when it looks like stuff is settled, and then the awkward beat of him having spilled all that, and he goes, "You want to listen to a podcast or something?" like that was the end line that I loved. Yeah, so it's setting up
we're gonna do the love.
It's gonna be about Chidi next week.
Okay.
Yeah,
that makes sense. Chidi got like half of an episode with the VR stuff, so okay.
Yeah.
All right, I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Shall we talk about Dirk Gently's Holistic Detective Agency 2016?
Yeah, man. Fun fact, I got to get back to writing down exactly which numbered episode we watched, because I didn't know if I was getting ahead of schedule. Like, I like it enough that I watch it earlier in the week. It's not one of those. There have been library episodes that I always would wait like last minute to watch before talking about on Cordkillers. But I'm enjoying Dirk Gently enough that it occurs way earlier in the week for me to watch it. So it's great.
The epic moment here is the assassin and Dirk Gently meet, and she can be hurt in his presence.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Well, the whole bit with the assassin is she can never be hurt, and whoever she kills needed to die. And we even get an example of the guy that got hit by the van. That seemed like it was just random and she was just doing it, was like a child molester or something, right?
Well, this to me was all fairly clearly setting up like, oh, what if, we've spent 6 episodes with us perceiving her as an unstoppable assassination force for evil, but what if she's always been a force for good, and all of the crazy things that happen to have been just on the light side of the universe instead of the dark side.
Yeah, it was a good chase scene through that modernist architecture of Vancouver, wherever they're shooting. That's supposed to be Seattle.
Well, I guess also in storytelling beats, we have the moment where he confronts his sister. Frodo admits that he's a really bad person and all that stuff.
That was a good storyline that I didn't enjoy watching, but I'm glad they did it. You know, I like this idea of Todd having to come clean and doing it anyway and knowing she would hate him, and now she hates him. And I'm glad they didn't back off and have Amanda, well, I'm pretty mad, you know, but just be like, no, get away from me. I don't want to talk to you anymore because what you did was horrible. And Todd sort of being like, yeah, that's true. So I totally get it. Yeah. I totally understand. And then having it interrupted by the evil possessed FBI agent.
Yeah, shoot. I think the most accurate criticism I can give, and I don't mean this in any bad way. I'm enjoying it. I'm loving it. I'm going to keep on watching it. I'm always happy when I watch it. I love the characters. I love the interaction. I love the universe. I love the consistent set of rules and the fact that they don't jerk us around. Just a little bit tedious. Not in a...
The FBI agent I found to be real tedious. Yeah.
Yeah. Specifically that whole element. Like, okay, we get it. We get it.
Like, just wanted to I didn't want to fast forward the show. I wanted
no. Keep in mind. I
fast forward through that part.
I've used that word before, and let me explain. Orders of magnitude less tedious than Westworld. Westworld unnecessarily, frustratingly, table flippingly tedious, but just a little bit closer to that than I would like on Dirk Gently.
You know, I wouldn't have thought of it as tedious until you just said this, but the other example that popped into my mind was the FBI agent, or not the FBI agent, the policeman getting fired and objecting. Like, you knew that the guy who was his boss was in the pocket.
Although
knew that he was going to stay fired, and that scene went about twice as long as I thought it needed to.
Although it paid off. I mean, now this is me flipping over to being charitable. You believed him drinking alone in the park, having a conversation with who knows what, and then it turns out to be the dog, and then it's the magic trick of like bark once, bark twice, turn around three times and bark.
Great, you're right.
Like I was like, oh my god, how surreal must that have been? I enjoyed that quite a bit.
And that kind of that and the assassin meeting Dirk Gently were the two like moving the mythology forward moments that made this episode worth it.
So yeah, I would say two brief islands of intense awesome surrounded by a sea of slightly more tedious than I would like process.
Yeah.
Is that a fair way to put it?
Yeah, for sure. Well, that's it for this week, folks. We will get back to Bodyguard, and we will obviously have more Dirk Gently and The Good Place next week. You know what? Actually, let me check my TV Time app really quick to see what else is coming up, because there's Counterpart returning in 34 days.
What? Already?
Man, that's another one that there's so much to love about that story, but the T word. There have been moments where Counterpart felt a little tedious, and I hope that it doesn't this season.
So you're hoping the new season of Counterpart is just Counterpar. Or not. If you'd like to stop me from saying things like that, support us on Patreon. Patreon.com/Cordkillers. Thanks for watching. We'll spoil you next time.
Love you.
Diamond Club hopes you have enjoyed this program.